I am a face of influenza.
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 We all are faces of influenza. Hi, I'm Julie Bowen, and I am a face of influenza. Health officials now recommend everyone 6 months of age and older get immunized against influenza this and every year. Vaccination is safe and is the best way to help protect yourself and your family from contracting and spreading the flu.
We all are faces of influenza.
See your healthcare provider about getting immunized. The American Lung Association urges everyone 6 months of age and older, and we mean everyone, to get vaccinated.
Visit Faces
of Influenza.org.
Influenza is serious. So are we. Get vaccinated.
Free flu shots and Occupy Wall Street.
We're doctors and nurses and medical and nursing students who are here today to support the 99% because we are part of the 99% as well. As an infection control nurse, I was particularly concerned about joining the effort for flu vaccination. We are in the flu season now. We're very concerned about people living in close quarters here and would like to confer as much immunity as we can so that we don't have any little epidemic sweeping through the group that would work against the effort here. We want to support people health-wise, and we want to support people socially as well. So.
We believe in the Physicians for National Health program that everyone in this country deserves health care. And the single-payer program would really save a tremendous amount of the cost of health care. In my practice, I have about 30% of the work is in billing, collections, and it's taking time away from caring for the patients. The insurance companies give you a hard time to collect, make the care impossible, put up roadblocks for people getting their care. And if we had a single payer, at least someone would come in and you'd know who to send the bill to, and presumably there'd be a standard of care that would be reasonable for everybody.
I recently had to stop making payments for my health insurance because the health insurance premiums keep going up, and finally it became too expensive for me to be able to afford. Even the places that are offering it cheap, still $25, $30 out of your pocket for it, and given the economy, that's a substantial amount of money. That's a Metro card for the week. So this is great.
I believe that a lot of us have been left behind in America by the health system. As you know, the corporations, the unions can negotiate for good health contracts, and people that work, day to day in salary will never get health care at the current rate. Right now, the self-employed are basically going into freelancer use unions. In fact, there's a freelancer use union based here in New York where we can actually have the privileges of group buying. But most small businesses, it's always the last thing you think about because it's another $200 to $400 a month that you're losing. And when you're getting started up, it's something that you can't afford.
I definitely want to do my part and give my time to Occupy Wall Street, and I'm an advocate for my patients. That's what nursing's all about. No matter what side you're on, everyone needs to be healthy. If your neighbor's not healthy, then you're not healthy. And I think healthcare is a right for everybody. So I think eventually people are going to, voices will be heard and some change will have to happen.
Wow, that was nothing.
Not
that
bad,
was amazing.
Right? Good job.
That was really great. That was awesome. That was like the easiest shot I've ever had.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Global Government News. Today is Monday, November 21st, 2011, and I'm Darko. My website is ggnonline.com. That's ggnonline.com. Also on YouTube, it's ddarko2012. And on Facebook, we have a Global Government News group with over 125 members now. So you can go in there and check that out. The link for that, Twitter, and all the headlines and links will be in YouTube's video description. So please check those out. All right, just for new listeners, I do a brief overview of the news. I just call them a news bulletin. Some articles I'll go into, maybe a little bit more than others. But for the most part, I just give a brief overview of articles. I would kind of hope or encourage listeners to go into the YouTube's video description and just actually click on the links and check out the articles yourself. I just kind of give my little commentary. So it's news commentary. All right, so you just saw that video. I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know if you heard me in the background, but this Faces of Influenza, pretty scary stuff. I heard it, or I don't know where I heard it. I heard it somewhere yesterday, though. It says 2010, but it's new too, because I heard it going just a couple days ago, and I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta check this out. And then remember, you saw the little red double cross. That's Masonic right there, coming straight from the Masons, who also promote what, RFID chips. That's right, and tracking, and stuff like that. It says, and then we have ready for flu season to occupy Wall Street. I don't know what else to say. There's some people that don't think that most vaccinations are bad, that some are good and some are bad, and if you believe that, or if that's your philosophy, then roll with it. I don't like people saying that, like that one woman, like I tend to throw out there once in a while that females tend to kind of go for that stuff, the whole eugenics movement and social engineering a little faster than males. It doesn't make one better than the other. They just tend to do it. I think it's because they're more altruistic. They want to help other people more, maybe. But in doing that, like nurses and that, they end up actually dealing the death themselves and not even knowing it, with a smile. And you see the children with cringing and tears and stuff, because they know it's not right for them. It's not good for them. But you'll see the mom kind of, I don't know, and then you'll see the nurse, and they're just kind of all smiling and stuff like that, like they were in that video. But she said what? Or right for all, healthcare for all. And but she was also saying that your neighbor needs to be healthy. If they're not healthy, you're not healthy. You know what that is. That comes down to a basic philosophical argument or debate of forced mandatory vaccination. So she obviously is showing her stance, which is the governments and the world governments, the UN, the WHO, which is forced vaccination, herd immunity, and all that crap. So, but anyways, so it's my biggest thing is I just don't trust vaccinations. I don't trust the pharmaceutical or the health or the government, FDA and all the Health and Human Services. I don't trust any of them anymore ever again. I had anthrax shot into me while I was in the Marine Corps, and I didn't really want it even then. Even then, as a Marine, where everybody was just rolling their sleeve and didn't even think about it, I was hesitant of it. But not because what I know now. It was just because my gut told me that there was something not right with it, and it ended up being what? There was no anthrax in the second Iraq War. There was none. So not only did our unit end up not going, and I got 4 shots of it, but there was no anthrax, and you know that they knew that because they never had yellow cake. They never had WMDs. They weren't behind 9/11, Iraq, that is. So if you want to take a risk with it, go ahead. If you want to put your children at risk, then that's fine, but they may not be able to have babies. So, you might run into that problem as well. Have a lot of news to get to. Tampa police roll out a tank to deal with a few dozen protesters. That's right. So I'm going to roll out the Tampa police tank on a few protesters. Paramedics given bulletproof jackets over fears of Mumbai-style terrorist attacks. So that's right. Not only are the police being militarized in the name of the war on terror and the war on drugs, but now you have medics all living in fear with loving wearing the black uniforms and the SWAT team vest and all that crap, right? Decade after 9/11, police departments are increasingly militarizing. And of course, this is all what? Department of Homeland Security and all those types of fun. But the powers that be, or the Luciferians, or whatever you call them, they're not just militarizing police and basically health workers, but they're also militarizing your children. Police, SWAT team, combat, MP5K toy, machine gun assault, pistol, battery-operated submachine guns. So, I mean, these things are very sophisticated. I was at the Bass Pro Shops, man, and it's just, you see these things look like real guns. I didn't have that crap when I was a kid in the 80s, man. I mean, yeah, we had G.I. Joe. We had Army little soldiers, that was Rambo. We had all that to program us to be ready for the military and the police state, but it was older, you know what I mean? And you had to actually use your imagination a little bit more. Now it's too easy. It says here, True Heroes SWAT role play set 4 to 6 years old, and I'm sorry, but any parent that fucking puts that on their child, I'm not saying they deserve to have their children taken away from them, but of all the things that parents have their children taken away for trying to protect their children from the government, and then you have this crap, I almost wonder. Call of Duty enjoys record sales despite retail woes. So even though people don't have money to feed their kids, Call of Duty programming, brainwashing, imprinting program here is breaking records. So that just goes to show you where people's minds are at and their morals. Outcry after California police pepper spray students and they were put on leave. That's right, paid leave or something like that. DHS Secretary receives warning for refusing to comply with subpoena to immediately comply with his committee, who issued over 2 weeks ago information on hundreds of thousands of illegal aliens the Obama regime has failed to deport. Next up, we have waiting for my computer here, saying no, sheriffs fed up with worsening federal interference in bureaucracy. So it says here that last month, the Eureka Fairgrounds in Northern California, the sheriffs, who of course are elected by the people, gathered with a large group to discuss what to do about Big Brother and his consistent meddling in state and local affairs. So that's right, you can go in there and check that out. Link will be posted. Next up, we have DOJ want to criminalize putting fake information on dating sites, uploading videos to YouTube. That's right. Pretty scary stuff here. We're going to keep moving here. Alert internet censorship bill could drastically change or destroy alternative media. That's right. And we're going to keep moving here because I still have a lot to get to. European Parliament opposes SOPA copyright law in new resolution. The European Parliament has added its voice to the growing weight of opposition to the U.S. SOPA, which could infringe even on the most basic of web freedoms. Well, that's what it's designed to do. All in the name of what? Piracy, all in the name of terrorism, all in the name of war on drugs, which is all what the government does best. They're the ones that deal in it. They're the pirates, right? The skull and bones, the masons. They're all of that. They are the terrorists. So it says here, techno toddlers, A is for Apple. More preschoolers know how to use smartphones and then tie their shoelaces. Is this the future of child learning or a potent image of 21st century alienation? My Teacher is an app. More kids than ever are attending school from their living rooms. Are they being taught homeschooled? The more efficient, better way, I think. Where you're not taught to love the state and trust doctors and police and the military and all that. No, it's still coming from the devil themselves in the living rooms, bedrooms, and kitchens. A result of radical rethinking of how education works. So that's right, talking about learning that way. Then startling trend in public education. Where have all the teachers gone? Well, let's see, their computers. Okay, then we have boy 7 is ordered not to laugh or get excited as rare condition which makes his heart race up to 200 beats per minute could kill him. Now, this is what I've always been taught, but I don't know. It says here, laughter is the best medicine for your heart. So don't laugh. It says here, pregnant mom's mood changes may harm baby. So 2 solutions that are going to be offered here is either A, maybe you shouldn't have a child if you're depressed, right? Or what? Maybe you should take some antidepressants, or maybe you shouldn't have a child, right? Most teens grow out of self-harm behavior. So it's usual and normal now for people in that age to want to harm themselves. I'm sure back in the day when they were working on the farms, that they were thinking about slicing their wrists and stuff like that, right? No, they were too busy. They were too preoccupied. They were with their family, their friends. There was more morals in society to where it just didn't cross your mind. This stuff did cross my mind when I was basically around 12, 13. You know what I'm saying? Do you grow out of it? I don't think so, ever. And this is the thing, is what happens to those people. Most teens grow out of self-harm behavior. Who are those ones that don't grow out of it? Well, they kill themselves. They die. They go away, and they don't bring other people down. You're such a bummer, right? Okay, next up, we have Wisconsin couple accused of starving infant daughter because they feared that they would become obese. And well, why would they think that? Government wants her individual obesity rating by 2014. Arizona governor proposes Medicaid fat fee. Then next up, waiting on a computer, U.S. pediatrician suggests government should take obese children away from their parents. They want to take your children away from you if your child's obese. So that's what they're scared of. Parents of Adolf Hitler lose custody of newborn. And this is right. I'm not for what they're doing. They may not be the greatest parents, but they're their children. They're not the states, or maybe they are. I mean, technically, de facto, they are. But still, You know, they're their kids. If they want to name them whatever, Barry Soetoro or Obama, they can. This is GGN, and I'm Darko. Thank you.